Yeah. But they know about it.
Your time's up, I done touched down. I'm high stepping for the touchdown. I stay repping for the slums where the young bucks started loaded up. Just
Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the AFC South Fan Battle Podcast. My name is Samantha Burnett. Joining me this evening for the Texans, I have Matthew Briggs.
What up?
For the Colts, we have Chris Jackson.
I just want to let you know Trevor Lawrence is already on chopping block, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh, we'll get into that. For good segue, also for the Jaguars, we have Matt Grieve.
Jaguars would like to send a shout out to our wedding anniversary buddies. That would be our own very Harish and Trevor Lawrence.
Yes,
Congrats, you
I can't
guys.
wait to bring that up too. We're gonna
Best friends for life.
elaborate that because I'm so excited about that. And representing the Titans, we have John Hall.
Boy, I tell you, Super Bowl 58 is going to be fun watching the Trevor Lawrence-led Rams team win a Super Bowl.
That's not even right.
Oh, sorry, is it a different team?
I mean, never mind.
It's not going to be Jacksonville.
There's not a lot to update on this evening on this podcast. We're done with free agency. We're kind of prepping for the draft. Next week, we have a special guest. Actually, Mr. Jimmy Smith. I dubbed him the Pharaoh today because I think it was CBS. Somebody came out with a wide receiver pyramid, and it was like GOAT, and like I had all these things, and then it was like Hall of Famers, and then it was like franchise greats. And I was like, what? We're not even going to give him MVP status? So I dubbed Jimmy Smith the Pharaoh, but we have his son coming on next week, and I believe he's eligible for the draft this year. Right, Matt? So It would be cool to get his perspective. We'll do our mock drafts. Like I said, not a lot to talk about this evening. I do want to mention that we were on a network that I will no longer name because there was something trending on Twitter with the founder who had tweeted some very inappropriate things. And I won't drop names, but it's not hard if you go on Twitter to find it. And a lot of people are having a hard time getting their stuff back. A lot of them have been rebranding. So I wanted to shout out some of our division's podcasts. The Colts have rebranded, and they're now the Blue Stable. And you can find them on Twitter at the Blue_Stable. The Titans are Unfiltered Titans, and you can find them at Unfiltered Titan. And then the Jags, I don't know if they rebranded, but the girl that was running it, she runs Ponytails Talking Pigskins. So, and then the Texans was ran by the guy who got fired by the Houston Chronicle for comparing the girls that were making the Deshaun Watson allegations, comparing them to terrorists is essentially what he was doing. So he got fired by the Houston Chronicle, and that specific show,
he deserves it. Deserves everything he gets.
Yeah, and that specific show, even if they do rebrand, I don't even want to hype that guy. So we're good. Yeah. But if you have a Texans podcast, send it over to us. We'd love to hype other podcasts. So definitely check those guys out. We're going to put the link in our group and on the podcast page for you guys to check out their podcast. And it's been a lot of fun dealing with this. My husband, I've been trying to help people get their RSS feeds back. My husband's been listening to me repeat the same story for days now. And so I told them all that I'm going to send them my Cash App, and they all owe me $5 so I can buy them a round of golf when this is all said and done, because it's been just an absolute nightmare. But anyway, with that being said, NFL news. We got to break into it when we first start. Edelman retired. Already talking Hall of Fame. Who wants to take it?
No. No. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. But they're gonna say he came from the Patriots. He has rings because he was on the Patriots. But I mean, I don't see it. I don't see a reason why. I think they're just looking for something to talk about. And I mean, well, like, what else?
Can I see it like 20, 30 years down the road?
maybe. You can't deny that he did not have an unbelievable postseason career. He did. He leads records of postseason stats. So I mean, yeah, he had a great career, but a first ballot Hall of Fame, absolutely not. Terrible. In the wise words of Charles Barkley, terrible. Terrible.
Okay, so who's voting for the Hall of Fame? It's like writers and stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a huge wave of people who work in sports reporting that are from Boston and are unapologetically Patriot fans. And that's because in 2001, the Patriots dynasty started. So there is no question in my mind that those homers are going to vote him into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and when you're a key contributor to a team that runs off as many Super Bowls as they do, you're probably going to get voted in. Like Matt said, he's probably not going to be first ballot, but I mean, if you go back and look at the undefeated Dolphins, the majority of them are in the Hall of Fame, and I think maybe not all of them deserve to be in there because of their stats, but they were part of a special team that will forever be in history. And I kind of think this might be the same case.
Well, I mean, if you do that, then Deion Branch and a whole bunch of subpar receivers deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Wes Welker deserves to be in the Hall of Fame before.
The problem is that he is, like, despite him being a maybe shall I be generous, slightly above average receiver, he is the best receiver out of that more recent Patriots dynasty. So it's like the three that they won like since Super Bowl 49. He is the best one they had that wasn't Gronk, and Gronk was a tight end.
Yeah, it's ultimately going to boil down to exactly how they view it. I mean, there's still a lot of guys that, to me, are going to be going into there or that should still be considered. I mean, first ballot, absolutely not. Like, I mean, it's just like give them maybe 10 to 15 years if you want to go and change anything. I mean, I think ultimately it's going to boil down to if you want to go based on, postseason, that's fine. Like, people are now starting to make the case, okay, should Devin Hester be in the Hall of Fame? And
we have a couple
monumental.
We have a couple comments from the group, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Hell no, Brady made him. Brady could have made a trash can look good at catching. He had a Hall of Fame catch in a sure-handed slot receiver. I don't think he should get in. I don't think he should get in, but he shouldn't get in over others such as Boselli. So I think this person meant to say I don't think he shouldn't get in. He'll get inducted before T.O., and then somebody else said Hall of Fame is nothing but politics.
T.O.'s already in.
Wait, T.O.'s already in. He's been in for like 2 years now.
So whoever, it says Facebook user. I can't see the name.
Well,
but at the end of the day,
Chris Royal, is that you?
At the end of the day, whoever said Hall of Fame is nothing but politics, that's absolutely true. And
that's why I say that there's going to be so many Patriot homers that vote him in, because there's so many Patriot fans that are now NFL writers and analysts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, moving on. I know, John Hall was super excited about the Jadeveon Clowney signing last year.
Yeah, I liked him, but then he showed up.
Or didn't, in this case.
I don't know. This is like confirmed, not confirmed. Some of us have.
I haven't heard any confirmed.
He went to his second practice.
The Browns were looking at him.
They both have basically said they're interested, but not like I haven't seen anything 100%, but it's looking like Clowney's going to be with Cleveland. And then, we have to talk about this. Okay. And then we'll wrap up NFL news. So today, I thought it was a joke. And then I was like, what day is it? No, it's not April 1st. I don't know.
You really going to pull this bullshit? I know what you're doing. You're really going to do this? Today's the 1-year anniversary of Hopkins getting traded. You really got to do this shit. You really got to do this to me.
Of what?
the 1 year anniversary of Hopkins getting traded. You're really gonna do this to me?
No, I didn't realize that, but happy anniversary, Matt.
Congratulations.
Oh my God, I feel so bad. I
Look,
should have bought
hey,
you some Skittles. I
look,
feel like such a
That's all I gotta say right there. Look behind me. That's all I gotta say.
I feel
Go-
really
go
bad.
Cardinals.
If, I wish it's been such a busy week. If I would have remembered that it was your anniversary today, I would have got you some Skittles. I'm sorry. I didn't.
Damn.
I was talking about Kevin James playing Sean Payton in a
Oh yeah. Okay.
movie
Yeah.
about him coaching his son's 6th grade football team when he was suspended. Wasn't it suspension?
Oh yeah, for that whole bounty gate, he got suspended for it.
2012. All of 2012.
Yep.
Yeah, so good time. I seriously
That
thought
sucks though.
a lot
Like,
of did you guys see the Atlanta Falcons tweet?
Mm-mm.
They actually tweeted the cover of Paul Blart's Mall Cop, but put Sean Payton's face on it, and the Falcons actually tweeted it out, and I was dying. Like, that is hilarious. Oh my God.
You would think that the Falcons of all teams would stay away from like semi roasting anybody.
Yeah, they really have a hard time trolling anybody with being taken seriously just because.
Well, that year they went to the Super Bowl when they played Russell Wilson and the Seahawks in the playoffs. They played Future the whole time, music the whole time during the whole game, just to troll Russell Wilson. Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah, that was before they got embarrassed, though.
Yep. And Russell Wilson.
You can troll before that, but once you blow a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl, you are in a timeout from trolling until
I
you
just
actually.
love that. That's forever. That is forever going to be a meme, and I love it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely love it. Well, anybody else have any input before we move on?
The special guest that we have, Trey Smith, his one of his teammates, Tony Evans Jr., was killed today in Dallas with a shooting involving police and bystanders. So prayers out to the Wyoming football team and to his family.
Prayers to the family and everyone involved.
Oh, they actually also officially charged. I'm having a brain fart. Andy Reid's son.
Oh, Britt Reid
with 4th degree felony.
Yeah, I mean,
aggravated assault / DUI.
That's all he got, really. That dude was high off his.
Yeah, that guy was gone.
So I read they had some of the police report posted. And so I guess he was getting onto the expressway. He sideswiped the car. He had no idea he sideswiped the car. And then he ran into another car. And that's when he got out of the car and called 911. Like, you have to be. And when he got to the hospital, they ended up, basically he blew, it was like 3 hours later because I think he needed surgery or something. But the toxicology report came out as like 0.113 or something crazy. But the original when he just blew was like it was still pretty high anyways for being 3 hours later. So, and then I saw some article too where they came out and said, was Andy Reid distracted in the Super Bowl? Like, is that why that didn't go? I don't know.
No.
I mean,
I've read an article. This is a while back. This is when his first son committed suicide, but friends and family of Andy Reid said that he's like a low-key bad dad, I guess, and beats his kids, and that's why all of them.
He obviously needs to beat them a little bit more if they're getting in DUIs.
Well, his first son committed suicide, I think, like 6-7 years ago. So right when he joined the Chiefs, so they said that there's some problems in the Andy Reid house.
Well,
Terrible.
Hate to hear it, but justice is served, I guess, or will be. We'll find out. So I don't know. But like we talked about, guys, at the beginning, and we have to elaborate this because it's been such a special week. Our Colts commentator, Harish, got married
Yes.
on Saturday to his lifelong love, Ariel.
About
Yes,
time.
absolutely.
And he got
Congratulations.
married on the same day that number 1 overall Trevor Lawrence got married to his lifelong love, Marissa. And I'm
Harish had
just
the better wedding.
I'm just so happy that they get to share, that Harish gets to share a wedding anniversary with Trevor Lawrence forever, because he absolutely hates the Jaguars, especially that they always lose to the Jaguars at home. And I just think, it's great. And he married a Cowboys fan, so even better.
Oh. Oof.
Man, don't sound so disappointed, guys.
Jeez.
Calm
No,
down.
I'm not
Be
disappointed at all,
happy
but
for everybody.
whew, I'm
Why
very
get so
happy.
upset?
Listen, Harish had the best wedding that day. Okay. Listen, we will
Maybe in
we
that
will,
time zone. Maybe in that time zone. Okay.
No,
I don't know.
that whole entire day. That whole entire day. I'm pretty sure they're like an hour or two behind, maybe.
And actually, I digress, Chris, because did you hear what Jaguars Twitter did? Matt, I'll let you talk about that one. Go ahead, Matt Grieve. Tell him what happened.
Talking about the registry.
Yes, the original person that started it. His name is E_Dilla.
I think you might be a better one because you're actually like part of that history.
I'm the host. I didn't want to take it.
Oh no! This you're part of it.
We won't even count this as a Jaguar segue. This will
If
be
you
a
let me
Sam.
take it,
No.
I'm gonna just run with it.
No, we got to hear it from the horse's mouth.
All right, fine.
She was a part of this.
All right, fine. So, kids, don't ever online shop late at night if you've ever consumed anything that inhibits your mental state. So, it happened to go online, go like viral. There's a guy by the name E_Dilla on Twitter who found Trevor Lawrence's wedding registry and posted it and said, we should get him something. And then one of the Big Cat Country.
Why? He should give you guys something.
He's going to bring us championships.
Yeah, he's going to bring us.
Don't reward him until he's done it. Don't give him rewards before the deed.
So, anyways, it blows up. This guy writes back and was like, no, seriously, we should. So E_Dilla writes out like, hey, if anybody wants to send me some money, here's my Venmo. Let's buy him this toaster. It's this toaster that's like touchscreen and stuff, right? So people in like a matter of like an hour, he had received like $1,200. So he's like, then he like reached out to somebody who was like, and he was like, what should we do? And they were like, make a poll. So he made a poll. What should we do with the rest of the money? And everybody decided it was either buy gifts or donate to charity. And so then this lawyer stepped in, bought the toaster anyways. So then they had the money. They went ahead and bought a Dyson that was on there. And then I think as of today, they're at like $7,400. And they got in contact with Trevor Lawrence's agent, and they're going to donate it to a charity of his choice. But Sam only saw the original one with the wedding registry. I didn't see anything about charity and doing good deeds. I only saw the wedding registry part. And I was like, let's see what's left. So I get on there. Oh, a $200 chopping block. So I buy the chopping block, and I left him a little gift note. And I actually got featured on Sports Illustrated, but, not for my physique and athleticism. Which, keep dreaming.
So when you bought the chopping block, did you say this is what it's going to look like in about 5 years as a trading block, or
what's the note going to say when he demands a trade?
I just figured he really needed it. His shoulder, he's got a bad shoulder. He's rehabbing, gives a little bit of push, like some extra,
So this isn't a wedding gift. It's an omen, is what you're saying.
I mean, hey, listen. Anyway, I can't find what I said, but it's on Sports Illustrated.
Are you hinting that he could get cut when you buy him a chopping block?
I like that. I like that thinking.
I basically said something along the lines of $200 is a lot of money for a chopping block, but I'm a sucker for the Jaguars and for puns. And just so you know, you'll never be on the chopping block with Jaguars fans. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Duval.
That's so weird. I think I heard you say the same thing about Jalen Ramsey.
Who? Who's that?
Oh,
I've never heard of her. But anyway,
Listen, that regime is gone. So we're starting new with the future Super Bowl winning MVP quarterback.
That's right. You
Yes,
guys.
and he will be a Super Bowl winning
I've never
MVP
heard
quarterback
of this
for the
Jalen
Minnesota
Ramsey
Vikings.
woman.
Ooh, I can't
Anyways,
wait
the
to
last-
watch Trevor Lawrence with the Vikings.
The
That's
last
gonna be
thing I'll
sick.
say.
Trevor Lawrence with the Vikings is going to
The
be
last
amazing.
thing I'll say about this situation, because I thought this was funny, this guy Kyle LeBrand bought a pillow that was on his registry and said, "Congrats! We look forward to beating the Titans and you coming home and having this pillow to rest your head on, Duval." And I thought that was great.
Can't wait for Urban Meyer to destroy this team.
Oh yes, because he's gone on to destroy so many teams like Ohio State and the
man.
University of Florida. Like, get out
It
of here,
is
John.
so funny.
I was about to say.
Oh, man.
I was
I'm done
about to
with
say.
this segment.
Urban Meyer has not destroyed one team he's been on. They've
Anyways,
actually.
listen, the Sam segment's over. I have to be non-biased again. Do you have any updates from the Jaguars? I don't think there's been.
All I'm going to say is Nick Saban is probably one of the best college coaches of all time, but nobody wants to talk about the Miami Dolphins that he was the head coach of. That was just it
Didn't work.
The
Okay,
pro
for
level
every
and the college level
bad one you have. a
Jim
good-
Harbaugh.
Yeah, Harbaugh is a good story. Like for every
Yeah,
bad.
Jim Harbaugh went to the Super Bowl. What are you talking
And
about?
destroyed that team. And how many
No,
championships
not-
did they get?
No,
Pete
that was
Carroll?
He did.
Pete Carroll?
Wait.
Pete Carroll? Yeah, Pete
this is-
Carroll.
Wait, hold on. Going back to
Yeah.
There's only
Jim Harbaugh.
three. Wait, sorry, but there's only three head coaches that have won a college championship and a Super Bowl, right? Only three.
There's about to be four.
You act like it's so easy to win a Super Bowl, though.
I'm not. No, I'm saying it's hard for college coaches to be successful in the NFL.
It's hard for any
It's
coach
hard-
to be successful.
Wait,
Right.
in
It's
the
hard
NFL.
for any coach. To
Wait, so
win,
let me,
yeah.
I
but let me
agree, but-
let me also go back to this, though. Let me go back to this because we mentioned the 49ers and Jim Harbaugh. It wasn't
yeah.
Jim Harbaugh that destroyed that team. It was actually, drum roll please, Trent Baalke who destroyed that team, who is now the GM for which team?
The Jacksonville Jaguars. But let's be honest here. Who's actually pulling the strings?
Trent Baalke.
No,
So
100% not.
We know that okay, so it's Urban Meyer that you have Trent Baalke. But I mean, let's be honest, the Cons are busy doing AEW, basically getting
But the
Chris
reason why
Jericho. He's going to come back and play quarterback.
Urban Meyer was brought there was because of Trent Baalke.
Well, listen, as soon as he said that he was hiring Tim Tebow on as an assistant, that's when I knew that this might actually be another shit show.
No, he's not.
Oh, he's
That was
not?
a rumor. That was fake.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
And-
Okay. If I
That's
see
not
Tim
happening.
Tebow on the sidelines.
But also,
dude, if they get Tim Tebow, they're going to win it all.
on the whole, Jim Harbaugh, he left because he got a fantastic deal from Michigan. And without a good head coach, they felt who they get? Chip Kelly? Chip Kelly is what ruined the 49ers, not
They
Not
hired
Jim
Chip.
Harbaugh.
I got
They
some-
hired Chip Kelly as a scapegoat.
It was-
I got
that
some
team was a
comments.
shit show before Harbaugh left the door.
It was
got
Bach and Jed York. Jed York was another reason why that.
Hey, that's a
49ers
really
team
cool
went to
story.
hell.
I don't want to talk about Trent Baalke for the whole podcast.
Why? This is the
Listen, I got
Jaguars.
some-
Jaguars.
I got some comments.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you haven't even let the Jaguars commentator talk. Jacoyus Whitmill says, "Man, it's become all about the Titans. When y'all finally talk Texans, I want to be on the show." But I think he's looking at my personal page where this live feed is going, and it says something about the Titan Scout. Like I said, we have a problem with Streamlabs, so that hasn't updated. This has nothing to do with the Titans. Oh, John's still here. John, you're still here? Oh, my bad. Okay, John's still here. My bad. Anyways, Anthony Gonzalez
What
says,
is happening?
Anthony Gonzalez says Urban Meyer is walking into the best situation out of all the previous coaches.
Yeah, we have a horrible history. I'll be honest. The past few years have been disgusting outside of 2017. But we have a roster turnover. We have a staff front office turnover. So, I think the future's bright, and you watch any network, ESPN, NFL, that they all are in agreement that the future looks bright. We'll see. I mean, not every coach pans out coming from the college to the NFL, but not every coach pans out going from NFL to NFL. So there's only one coach that can win it every year, and it's generally been Bill Belichick. So, but for the Jaguars, as far as news goes, really nothing. Cam Robinson finally signed his franchise tag. So we're stuck with him for another year.
Yay.
Fred Taylor, he actually got inducted into I think it's the Senior Bowl Hall of Fame, or senior. Yeah, I think it's the Senior Bowl Hall of Fame for the college football. I guess that's a little bit newsworthy. And I think the charity that Sam was talking about earlier, I think it's actually up to 7,800 or close to it.
That's awesome.
And if you need any eye candy, the stash has some new prints out.
I got posted on my Facebook.
Yeah,
it's good.
Go follow Sam if you need some eye candy.
I didn't post it. My friend posted it on mine. But I've moved on. I feel like the chopping block, when I bought the chopping block, that was like like you guys know now that I've moved on from Minshew.
No, it's okay. Sam's obsessed, but it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, it's just like, he'll still have a mullet, so you still have those pictures to look at.
I don't even care about the mullet, okay? Nobody cares about mullets. I'm just kidding, Brandon Anderson, if you're watching. Anyways, I love his mullet because I cut it. One of my clients.
Well, I mean, I don't know your daily in and out at the salon.
I'm not surprised that North Florida is full of mullets.
North Florida is just kind of a mix of South Georgia.
No, it's actually what's cool now, but I'm not surprised that you wouldn't know what's not cool now. So anyway, moving on. I actually was surprised the first time somebody asked me to cut a mullet, and I realized that that's what's trendy, and I was like, oh.
It's ironic.
Oh, really? And I was like, what?
Ironically
terrible. Anyway. So that's all for Jags, Matt? That's all you got?
That's it for Jags. That's it.
Yeah. All right.
Quiet week.
Well, next, Matt, do you have any Texans updates? Do we know anything else from Deshaun Watson? I know you guys signed somebody today. Give us a lowdown on that.
A third screen or whoever, somebody Walker guy, I haven't really paid attention to. But I have been paying attention to Justin Houston has came to Houston, close to signing him. Houston to Houston. I'm all aboard with that pickup. I hope they can pull it off. That just will strengthen the defense that he's trying to make. So with that Lovie Smith Tampa defense, you look great. So hopefully he pulls it off. And I'm still eating the bag of Skittles that I got last year from the Hopkins trade.
Here it is. Texans are signing former Broncos second-round pick DeMarcus Walker.
Oh, yeah.
That's who you got. He's like, oh, yeah. I mean, like I said this before. Like,
hey, you know what? You're gonna remember today's the anniversary
right now because, like, there's really no news except Deshaun Watson. It's like you don't even want to check the feeds because it's going to be something else.
But you know what? Since it is the Texans portion, I do want to call out somebody, and that's every single Texans fan that are throwing a hissy fit that Aaron Wilson got fired. That dude deserves to get fired, and you're a poor fan sticking up for a guy you never heard of over. If they are or if they're not victims, there's still a possibility of them being victims. And you're going to call them terrorists. Uncalled for. That's disgusting. And you want to praise this guy. For what reason? What reason?
Can I, as a woman, can I make a comment about that?
Go ahead. You have the floor. Go right ahead.
The only person who really is a terrorist in this would be Busby because these women are trying to stick up for themselves and he's using the media and, social media and the media itself keep having these press conferences and he's basically making a bigger stink around these women to hurt Deshaun Watson than he is to actually act like he's protecting them because it's giving him clout. So if anybody's the terrorist, it's Busby is the fucking terrorist.
Well, 100%. I don't know, I'm not trying to go into the whole Deshaun Watson thing, but they have revealed, I believe, 9 names now. And Deshaun Watson,
they had to, right?
Yes, they had to,
Yeah.
and more to come to follow. I think 2 are the only ones that said no, they're not going to do it. But it went from no, I'd never cheated on my girlfriend, I'm faithful, I never had any kind of relationship with these women, to oh yeah, I did. It's consensual. I
did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Right. And for this guy to call him terrorist, come on, dude. It's poor taste. And any fan who supports that dude is not a real fan. It's sickening. It's terrible. What if it was your daughter? Like I keep trying to tell people, what if it was your daughter? I guarantee you, if somebody called my daughter terrorist, I'd be the terrorist because I'd be blowing up their house straight up. Like,
well, no, and then they removed the Texans removed him. They had, like this time of year, all the teams are kind of coming out with their little trailers, like
intro,
excited, and they removed him, didn't they?
Yep. Well, the only thing you see of Deshaun Watson in their intro video is his picture in the background. That's the only thing you see of Deshaun Watson. He's nowhere to be found.
I mean, but that's kind of shitty too, because like, what if they need to pick up a quarterback in the draft? Like, when are they going to know? How can you conclude an investigation? I
honestly think I think they're doing a great job and just kind of letting it play out. Because you don't know if he's innocent. You don't know if he's guilty. You don't know if he's Ben Roethlisberger or Ray Caruth. You just don't know. So they're just saying, hey, look, we're taking a step back until we figure out what's going on. But now that the NFL and everybody else is getting involved, doesn't look good for Deshaun Watson. It really doesn't, especially with his character just went down the drain with that whole flipperoo.
Yeah, because he had a very squeaky clean sort of.
Yeah, absolutely.
Image. So it's just shitty no matter what. But yeah. Anything else to add?
Nah, you fans suck. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. Seems to be the consensus everywhere right now.
Let's go Cardinals. Woo!
Actually, hold on. I have a funny story before we move on. Today, Jackson, we're in the car. Jackson's like, Mommy, what's your second favorite team? And I was like, I don't have a second favorite team. Like, you don't, that's not how that works. And he goes, okay, well, I have 3 favorite teams. And I was like, what? And he goes, well, my first one is that, what's the one that you said that JJ Watt went to play for? I was like, the Cardinals. Yes, the Cardinals. Then the Jags, and then I won't say the next one. And I was like, what is it? And he's like, the Dallas Cowboys. I was like, boy, get out of my car.
God.
Get out of my car.
Hey, with 3 favorite teams, are you sure his dad's not Michael Tessmer?
I know. Tessmer, if you're listening, come get your kid.
Hey, listen.
Child support.
It could be worse. He could be JT Faulkner.
Oh. No, but I couldn't. I was like, okay, I know he's a JJ Watt fan, but the Cowboys, I said, like, where did you even get that from? Like, come on. Anyway, whatever. So I guess we get to burn his Texans jersey now that JJ Watt left. So,
well, now you got to buy him a new one.
Just wait till I get there. I'll burn mine with you guys.
Well,
why would you burn a jersey?
I mean, it's not going to fit him in a year, anyways. Come on, he's not a Texans fan anymore.
I'm talking to Matt. Like, why is Matt burning his JJ Watt jersey?
She just said it because I'm a Cardinals fan.
Yeah, JJ Watt's a Cardinal.
Did he not see my Cardinals jersey the other day that I got from China? Oh,
you got some one of them?
Yeah. I just named it. I made a name tag that said the Cardinals and I safety pinned it over the Texans. my Chinese jersey. So.
All right, Chris Jackson, what's going on with the Colts?
Well, first off, the Colts a franchise to celebrate it, one of their own, getting married once again. And I'll go ahead and say it once again, best wedding that day. As far as I'm concerned, don't really care much for any of the other ones. Couple interesting things, though. One thing that I did see was that Pat McAfee was out kicking. And he was just doing some regular, just drills or whatever it may have been. But he says that he may have something coming up. So I don't know.
You know what he meant by that?
Yeah, he's got a podcast coming up.
Well, yeah, I know. It's
what he meant by that is that Matt Briggs has been tweeting him
He
for
said he's got
70 something days straight, and he
had
finally
some direct messages to respond to.
back. We're waiting on your response. We're waiting on your response.
Hang on, you haven't let up, right?
No, but I haven't since he responded. I did give him a break.
No.
Hold on.
You lost him.
Hold on. I gave him a break. I didn't tag him in it. But if he don't answer within the next week, you better believe my ass is going to start tagging him again. Let's go.
Listen, you got to do what you got to do. But he said he may have something coming up. So I don't know.
Yeah, he's got a big podcast coming up.
Whether that's a segue into something else, what's going on. Listen, I don't know. I mean, I follow Pat McAfee. He's hilarious. We'll see. But either way, that's fine. And then I know we mentioned Fred Taylor earlier going into the Senior Bowl Hall of Fame. Reggie Wayne is also getting inducted into that same class as well. So that was another big thing. And right now, I think the biggest news that we've had team-wise was that the Colts are keeping tabs on Clowney. I don't know what that means, but good. Keep as many tabs as long as you don't give him any actual money.
You know what I call that? Buying the playbook. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, no, fuck that. No, I'd rather not.
That's the only reason why interdivision teams, like, we all know that Clowney's like, so they just want to buy that Titans playbook.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Why? Did you see that Titans? Did you see that Titans defense? You don't want to take any of those plays.
Those are some world beaters over there.
Yeah, honestly, it's just like if you want to get the Titans playbook, I'm pretty sure you could just go on Madden. I mean, that's pretty much what they're doing on defense anyway.
I'm just saying, it's always funny to me when teams do that.
Cover two.
I do want to give a shout out again to Haris, but the good thing is he did marry a Cowboys fan, so she will admire that ring that she has over and
Listen,
over.
I always
That's
joke around
the only
with
ring
Harish.
she's going to see.
Right.
I always joke around with Harish whenever the kids are being annoying and I'm talking to him. I'm like, hey, go live with your new dad. Like, I call Harish their new dad. And then now it's like that makes sense because now Jackson has a new mom, which is Ariel, and she's a Cowboys fan. So
There you go.
set up.
Right.
Hey, listen, Sam, it's only a matter of time before you come out and you actually say that your second team is the Colts.
She does have a T-shirt. She does have a T-shirt.
The only reason there's a photo of me in a T-shirt is because I lost a bet. Thank you.
Are you sure? Because it doesn't look like the kind of shirt you lose a bet with.
Yeah, it says Colts jumper on the back of it. Yes, I 100% lost a bet.
Chris, ask her about the AFC South trivia.
I was there. I was there. You literally, I think you answered everything wrong except the Peyton Manning questions. Like it was you.
She got every question wrong except for the Colts. Every Colts
question you got right. You got Jags questions wrong, but you got them Colts questions down.
Once again, in my defense, they said when was the inaugural season? It was 95 was the first year that they played. They were founded in 93, so they messed up that question.
Oh, is that
and I got
so?
I got an equal number of Jags questions right as I did Colts questions. Thank you very much. I think I might have got one more Colts question right, but that's only because of the whole 95-93 thing that they messed up on their trivia.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. For somebody who doesn't follow the Colts that much, he sure did answer those questions.
You want to know why? Because
I can't.
You want to know why? Because I can't get you to stop talking about.
Ma'am, you talk about the Jags so much, I know exactly which lot something is supposed to happen in.
Well, that's because that's a major deal for our team.
Yeah, I mean, in Jackson.
I mean, go in AFC
Yeah,
South
the
fan
point
battle
is-
group right
the
now. The
point
only
is- yeah.
people that you see talking right now are Colts fans and Titans fans. Colts fans use logic, and Titans fan goes, "Oh, I like mayonnaise." So it's not
Hey,
that
wait a
hard.
minute.
And shirtless.
Every Titans
shirtless
fan
pictures.
except for this one.
That's because you're like a realist, and you're actually like talk bad about your team. They're just like, everything is great, and Tannehill's the best, and Henry's gonna take us to the Super Bowl forever, Hellmans.
Hey, you forgot shirtless pictures of Derrick Henry too.
That too.
Yeah, like
Derrick Henry is the best running back in the AFC.
You see his
the whole NFL. Look at him working out on a flexed band, doing push-ups on a ball with a chain around his neck, shirtless.
You just swap Derrick Henry to Trevor Lawrence, and that's exactly what you sound like.
No, I don't sound like that with Trevor Lawrence, sir. I sound like that with Gardner Minshew. Let's be honest.
I was about to say, you got your quarterbacks mixed up.
Yeah.
But anyway. So, Chris, do you have anything to add for the Colts before we moved on to mayonnaise?
Other than that, the only other thing that I saw other than Clowney was they did Colts did a virtual meeting today with Asante Samuel Jr. So that might be a thing in the draft. I don't know. Smoke screens, this time of year. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, mock draft week next week. We should have some more info. It should be good. Okay, Captain Mayonnaise for the Titans.
Hey, I thought we established I wasn't Captain Mayonnaise. I was the anti-mayonnaise guy.
You know what, John? You're right. You're not mayonnaise. You're Miracle Whip. Go ahead.
Heaven forbid. Heaven forbid. Oh, who eats Miracle Whip?
Miracle
Does it?
Me as a child, because my mom made me because she was on
wrong?
Weight Watchers every 6 months.
We are as boring as Miracle Whip over in Titans Camp. There's not much going on. I've seen we hired Jim Schwartz to do something with the defense, some sort of advisor and whatnot, but it's that time of year. Free agency buzz has died down. Everyone's just waiting for the draft, so it's pretty quiet.
That's actually a good signing. Y'all's best defense ever was under Greg Sork.
Yeah, but he's not really like he's just. I don't know what he's doing. If he was the defensive coordinator, I'd feel a little bit more excited about it. But
well, he's still an advisor.
He's in the building. That's great. It's hard to do worse than what we did. So
Did you Eddie George?
Oh yeah, Eddie George.
Oh, what
a
I missed.
Gig at Tennessee State University.
Good for him.
I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
guys have been
they
on-
said we're
I mean,
quiet.
you don't have a lot to do when you have no cap space.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, and you spend
If
46
you go
million on
on
Bud
Titans
Dupree.
Twitter, all you see are like their players working out.
Yeah, it was
Titans
like the
Twitter
last 2
starting to
weeks.
sue.
The last 2 weeks in the Titans' social media has been here's a shirtless pic of somebody lifting weights, and guess what? This person's cut. Oh, now this person's cut. This person's cut. Oh, here's another weightless or a shirtless weightlifting gig. So
Yeah,
that's all it is.
I'm
I
just saying,
gotta
as a
say,
Titans fan, I would have been really pissed off about that because you were like trying to break that man's neck.
Yeah.
I gotta say this about Titans Twitter. Because we run the AOC South fan battle.
Well, here's the
Twitter
thing.
page.
I
We follow each team's Twitter. So that,
you do more than I, since I don't have a Twitter. So you guys are more into.
well, the Titans wish their fans happy birthday, and I'm a big fan of the show Psych and the actor. Come to find out, he is a Titans fan, so I can't watch no more shows of him involved. Sorry, Psych. It was good while it lasted.
Isn't it over already?
Every time it comes on reruns, bro. Come on, what are you talking
my
about?
God.
Listen, that show's ended about 3 times, and
Yeah.
somehow they always end up coming back again.
They also like shirtless pictures of men because they tweeted that Brogue kick was as deadly as the Derrick Henry stiff arm. Congrats to the new United States champion at. I don't know WWE, so y'all are gonna. I'm
Seamus.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and they tweeted a picture of him with his belt shirtless. So that must be a Titans thing.
How do you not know wrestling when your owner is like the biggest wrestling fan of all time?
And I That's fine. He owns AEW. I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah,
don't-
you're not gonna talk about.
I don't like to watch
Sam. You can like whatever you like. It's fine. You don't have to like everything your owner likes.
Exactly. Thank
Yeah,
you, John.
like
I
bumpers.
appreciate that.
Like Bumpers. That's where he made his
Exactly.
billions.
Thank you.
was
I don't have
the
to like
Bumpers.
wrestling.
You
I'm
don't
sorry.
have
I
to.
don't like
Exactly.
toxic masculinity soap operas because
Are you gonna talk about?
It's still real
It's
to
all
me.
fake.
Damn it.
You gonna talk about Mike Tyson and Urban Meyer hugging each other on the
Mike,
50-yard line?
Mike Tyson is a Jaguars fan.
Yeah, him and Urban Meyer were at the AEW.
It's my
pay-per-view.
cover photo on Facebook right now. That's amazing.
Is it?
Yeah. Mike Tyson's the man. And he's Duval. He's Duval till we die.
That's my next Twitter annoyance. Is I'm going to Twitter Mike Tyson until he comes on.
Oh, you don't want those problems. You
Day one.
don't want
Mike Tyson.
I don't
Come
know
on.
if you've seen Mike Tyson's podcast, but that man is watch one of his podcasts. That man is insanity. I love it, but
He's been that way for some time.
Well,
ever.
Like I said,
Ever.
next week we or John, do you have anything else to add? I'm sorry.
Nah, there's nothing of note. It's that.
Yeah, there's not that much to talk
it's
about.
the dead time. Yeah.
Next week we're gonna have, like everybody will be on kind of talking about their it'll be a little bit different of a format. We're not going in order. We'll kind of like talk about our mock drafts and what we think is going to happen, predictions. Like we're about to get in it. Like that.
Wait, I have to do a
that
mock draft?
span between Super Bowl and the draft is so depressing. Like I'm just so
And then the
Free
draft and
free
then
agency's
week
fun
one.
for a minute.
it's just like so much. There's like just too much going on. I'm like, and then we get to the draft and everybody's happy because half the time people are complaining with free agency. The
Except for
draft,
Texas
everybody's
fans.
happy. I like a good old fashioned who wants to make a million story. You know what I mean? Like just like that overnight, you're a millionaire. The moms are crying. Oh my God, I'm never going to have to live outside of an assisted living,
Yeah, we'll get ourselves a $1,200 toaster.
The
300.
the white girls
Still too much.
the white girls who sit next to Russell Wilson thinking she's going to make it big and then get dumped for
And then,
Sierra.
and then he leaves you for Sierra.
Yeah.
But
Can't be mad about that one.
Yeah.
I do want to mention
like-
before we log off
like
that we're
donkey.
running a contest right now.
Uh-oh.
If you go on Twitter, follow at AFCSFB. That's AFC South Fan Battle. So I'll say it again. Wait, I always butcher this. AFCS.
F.
B.
Do you want to do it, Chris? AFCSFB.
Yes, there you go.
AFCSFB. Now we've said it so many times that if you're still listening at this point, you're never gonna forget it. Anyways, go on there. You'll find the post. All you have to do is retweet it, follow our page, retweet it, and then comment under it with your team's tag. So like with who you think you're gonna draft. So for example, hashtag Duval, Trevor Lawrence, or whatever your team is. Do that. You'll be in the drawing to win a draft hat, and we're picking one fan from every team.
Oh, well, that's a freebie right there.
Hashtag
We all know they're
Texans.
taking Trevor Lawrence.
Well, no, you don't have to pick who it is. All you have to.
Oh, you don't have to guess it right? I was like, oh, come on.
No, it's going to be going on until Thursday at 10. And like I said, all you have to do is retweet it with who you want.
Oh,
them to pick
I
up
gotcha.
first. So you
I
have the
thought we had to get it right. I was like,
No.
Mine is hashtag Texan
stack the
Nation.
deck.
Jesus, because he's the only one that can save this franchise.
Yeah, Jesus don't want to do that type of work. He just like, I'm gonna sit this one out.
And he's got a few lawsuits against him.
He's like, I'm out of Miracle, guys. I'm sorry, can't do it.
Anyways, guys, make sure you check out the contest on Twitter. Don't check out some of the things that I say because it's way too late at night. And make sure you tune in next week, like I said, for our mock drafts. And we're going to have Jimmy Smith's son on here. We thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great night, and we will see you next week.
Hi, guys.
Lil Nas.
Oh, my God.